Hey guys, Nick Jarosh here. So I wanted to do a video blog on my 3-year anniversary with Beachbody and kind of document this for everybody to see, but more for kind of myself to really look back on the years that I've had and kind of go through a mental growth and really a mental victory, all the mental victories that I've had over those course of the 3 years. I have been a Beachbody coach. Today is my 3rd year anniversary with Beachbody. I can tell you that it is was and still is to this day one of the single greatest um, decisions that I've made in my life because of the course of actions that it has set me on. It has been one of the best decisions that I have ever made as far as developing myself, becoming a leader, business growth, person that I am, more importantly, the person that I become, the people that I meet. All those things have just been a huge blessing into my life. And, I just want to share some of the things that I've gone through these past 3 years with Beachbody and just with my life in general. And kind of how it's all taken me to where I am today, how I'm sitting here and how I'm feeling just overwhelmed with blessings and just feeling amazing. And it hasn't always been an easy ride. I'll tell you, in fact, most of the time it wasn't. As far as this whole journey has been concerned. I started way back in 2008 when I first did P90X. And if you've seen my weight loss video or my transformation, for me it wasn't a lot of weight loss. I think I lost 15 pounds, and I fluctuated within the 10-pound range. I mean, it hasn't been a lot of weight loss, and I didn't have a lot of weight to lose, but I was just coming off of a pretty traumatic heart event where I had heart surgery, and I was basically I couldn't work out mentally. Physically, I could, but I didn't want to hurt my heart anymore. I didn't want to damage it. So mentally, I would go do a set of bench press in the gym, and I would come back, and I would have my phone on, speed alert, so dial 911 if I needed to. I didn't want to work out because I didn't want to get my heart rate up. I didn't want to do any of that stuff. And so that was no way to live. And so I got very depressed. I started turning to alcohol. I started drinking a lot. I started to just to go to sleep at night, because many nights I couldn't go to sleep because I'd be worried that I was going to have a heart attack. And when you have anxiety or depression and stuff, a lot of your thoughts aren't reasonable. I mean, they seem like they are at the time, but they're not very reasonable when to the outside world. And a lot of people will think you're crazy, think you're nuts. You're 22, 23 years old, and no, you're not going to have a heart attack. But I thought that almost every single night. And so I started to do. I saw the infomercial for P90X, and I started to do it. And that first time I did it, it was kind of like a relief for me. It was a lift. It was like, aha, I can do this. Like, I've been cleared by my doctors. I'm fine to go. And that was kind of the start. That was the start of something that I never knew what was going to come of it. I was working at a sporting goods store at the time. I hated that job. I was selling shoes to little kids. I just had a terrible outlook on life. I can still remember we were sitting in a circle. We had a team meeting, a store meeting, and there was probably, I don't know, 10 or 15 of us. And I was sitting in that circle, and I remember everybody, they had to rate your top 3 things that you come to work for, customers, creating value, all that stuff. And one of them was a paycheck. And everybody went around, they said, I come to work to, help the customers. I come to work. And I, brutally honest, said, I only come to work for a paycheck. And I just said, that's what everybody's thinking, and that's what I'm here for. And my mindset was awful. I hated where I was. I was living with my parents, but there's nothing wrong with that. But I just didn't have a lot of ambition at that point because I didn't know where to find it, and I was scared. I was scared. So I started to do P90X, and it really started to pull me out of that. I started to see some good results. In fact, I was having people ask me, what are you doing? Started to get ripped, started to get cut, looking lean, looking mean. And then the summer of that year, the following year, so I did P90X in the winter. The following year, I ended up becoming a Beachbody coach, and it was that decision to do that that really set the course of action for me, as I kept going. I was doing an internship at the time, and I had ended up finishing that internship, and I came back and I was doing. I started working for Target, which is a wonderful company, but I always thought there's something more for myself. There's something more for me and who I am, and so I decided to keep going with the Beachbody coaching thing. I actually didn't do much with it, and but it was that decision to start and that decision to keep going and to focus. And I have met so many amazing people. Met one of my best friends in Tracy Morrow, my upline coach. Just met so many amazing people as far as this business is concerned, and as far as what I've been able to accomplish along the way in the 3 years. And like I said, it hasn't been easy. It has not been easy. You can ask Tracy and my family members. It has been a struggle for me just to get to this point. And but I can tell you, it has led me to the love of my life. I started working for the YMCA, and they put me in a position because they knew I was a Beachbody coach, not because I was an expert. Mind you, I was never an expert at fitness, never an expert at health, but because I was a Beachbody coach, they kind of they kind of knew, or at least gave me the opportunity to do some other coaching to help other people. And that kind of set the wheels in motion into the personal training, into the group fitness, all that stuff, and eventually led me down the path of um, learning and meeting a couple people to where I eventually met the love of my life and now my fiance. And it also allowed me to meet so many new friends, so many new friends. I mean, I have so many people that I respect and admire, and mentors and individuals, and I just have a hugely different outlook on where I am in my life and where I'm headed. That Beachbody, just the decision has allowed me to do that, and the decision to start having a helping mindset, having an abundance mindset, a mindset of yes, I can do whatever I set my mind to. And that, I mean, if you would have interviewed me in this video 3 years ago, it would have been completely different. I was sat here and go, I hate my life. I hate where I'm going. I hate this. I hate that. It was all about just hating and not loving. And now I have an amazing woman with me. I said yes to Jesus Christ, and I'm not making this about religion, but that was one of the biggest decisions that I've made in my life, and that came from um, a simple conversation that I had with Tracy that led me down that path, and God was great in that. Um, just a lot of love in this business, and I just can't say enough for where I've come. And again, this video may get out, it may not. I just wanted to document and share with you where I am and where I've come and the progress that I've made, and let it be known that it's possible. I was shy in high school. I never did anything. I never talked to anybody. I never wanted to share anything with people, but I always knew that I was meant for something more than just sitting behind a desk. I can still remember to this day when we had the career day, and people would come in and they would talk about their careers, and they would talk about how they want to, what you want to do. Do you want to be a lawyer? Do you want to be a coach? Do you want to be all these things? And I always looked at it and I said, I don't want to be any of those things. I want to be. I was meant for something more, and I want to be able to, as I say in the opening paragraph of this blog, I want to be able to leave a footprint. I want to be able to people to remember and to impact people's lives and make the world better than when I came in. And that, I know that sounds corny and it sounds cheesy, and you may be going, whatever, dude, but it's true because you can make a ton of money in this world. You can have all the cars and all the houses and all that things, but it's not going to make you happy. And if you can find what makes you happy, your life, the real meaning of life is going to be so much more valuable to you, and you're going to have so much more fun and just so much more energy and vibrancy. If I kept working at Target, I'm not. I loved Target as far as the company was concerned, but I knew I was destined for so much more. I knew that stocking shelves, baby diapers on shelves, was not where I was supposed to be. And so this path that I have led myself on, that I've been guided on, it has been amazing. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. And I hope if you're listening to this just because you follow me, fabulous. If you're listening to this because you want to become a Beachbody coach, fabulous. If you're listening to this because you're just stuck in your life and you're looking for something to pull you out of it, start asking the right questions. Start asking the right questions because you're going to get the right answers. You ask the wrong questions, you're going to get the wrong answers. So start asking the questions that you want to ask, the positive questions. How can I make a difference? How can I impact my life? How can I change my life for the better? When you start to ask those questions, you start to openly start to receive stuff. So thank you guys. I appreciate you spending time with me today. And I hope you go out there and start making an impact in your world, whether it be something small or something big. It doesn't matter. Just go out there and do it. See you later.